Hello and welcome to Neat Me Debt Free. My name is Hannah and this is my space where I talk about my family's finances. Today's video is a update number 1 on my May 2021 budget. I am a spreadsheet budgeter. We are paid from our full-time jobs the last day or the last Friday of every month. We are not a paycheck ahead, so we use that money to reset our budget and fund the month. I do a monthly spread overview using our paydays as stopping points. So that's how this budget is set up. I also have an on-call job where I'm paid the 10th and 25th. And so those are also factored into our chronological budget as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. So our buffer is still at $300. We keep our buffer in a checking account that's linked to our main direct deposit account, which is that's what I kind of base the budget off of. I keep it what our main account looks like. I don't really keep track of our personal accounts. And then I keep track of our non-cash envelopes in a separate area, and I'll explain that in just a moment. So I got paid, let's see, and my husband got that. So that is what we're working with, $8,330.89. The mortgage is that. Sinking funds, I actually ended up throwing a little bit extra towards our sinking funds. So we keep our sinking funds in an Ally account, and we utilize their buckets to separate out our money into different categories. And I can actually take us, I have a year overview to kind of help keep me straight. And then my sinking funds, I can keep track of what went where. So for May, you can see that there's $1,000. I had $100 sitting in the core savings account. And so I distributed that into one of the buckets. And so that one is actually, I put $100 into Christmas. And then the $900 that came from our direct deposit account, you got $200, $300, $300, and $100, which is extracurricular, hair and clothing, and cars. So I kind of look at which categories seem a little low, and I distribute in that way. And I do need to add in the interest. I keep track of how much interest has gone in. Just because I like to. What I do is every time the core account gets to 100, I decide what to do with that $100. So I like to keep track. So interest for this month was $134. And then we have a separate account. Sorry for the noise. Sounds like the trash guys are here. This one was $5.22. So we have two accounts. These are kind of more like long-term savings buckets, and then these are kind of more short-term that they're more fluid. It just makes it easier for me with all my tracking chaos. Okay, so allowances, we each get $200 that I transfer directly into our personal bank accounts, and those I just don't keep track of. We can spend it however we want. So these are longer term savings. We have a vacation fund, car fund, this is separate from our sinking fund, which it pays for our car registration, maintenance, and insurance. This is for the possibility of a new car. So for the last 2 years, I've been saving $100 every month, just kind of passively. our cars are older. You never know. We may need to replace them. So right now, just $100 every month into my Roth. This is one of our new goals. We are shifting gears. I'm trying to beef up our emergency fund to $12,000 by the end of this year. So basically from now until the end of the year, we need to put $1,000 into that account in order to reach that goal. And so we are starting. So $1,000 went to our emergency fund, which is over in Ally. Groceries, I moved $1,000 into that debit account. $300 for eating out, $150 for my car's gas, $120 for my husband's gas. Second to the last month of our true up, guys. $219.08. This is for the solar on our old house. My student loans. I'm very excited. We paid $1,000 to one of my student loans. I have a bunch of little small student loans, and so this particular one is $2,000. So we chopped it in half. There's another account, or there's another student loan that's $2,062, and I used $62 from core savings to go to that. But I'm not going to track it here because it didn't come from this account. So I'll show you where I account for that $62. So you can see here, this is that $2,000. And so I paid $1,000, and that $62 went to this $2,062 account. So I kind of keep track of our debt snowball that way. Yard service will be $100. I don't know, this guy is killing me. He still hasn't even cashed April's check. So who knows? But I make a little note just so I know that it hasn't actually gone through. Most of the stuff has already gone through, or it's been auto debited, and so it's wonderful. I can't stand giving people checks because I want them deposited right away. Life insurance for my husband. I have life insurance as well. However, it is deducted off of my paycheck, and so that's why you won't see it apply here, because my deductions are done before they hit my account. So this is my husband's life insurance. Gas and electric. This is our first bill in this house, and the solar still hasn't been connected to the electric company, so I overestimated on our PG&E bill, or gas and electric bill, and so I guessed $250, and I'm happy to report it was only $123.81. Same thing, water bill. This is our first water bill in the house. We'll get this bill every other month, and I'm happy that this was only $76.84. And then the housekeeper. And so that's all we have left in our account, $92.08. For the rest of the month, there's not really that much. Anything that I can manipulate, meaning like savings, stuff like that, setting money aside, I do at the top of the month because that's when the big paychecks come in. These checks you can see are a little bit smaller. I know for sure that I'm getting paid at least one paycheck or one shift each of these paydays, so these can continue to be the same. So what we can do, I know it's going to be like $270 because that's kind of what my shifts lie at. Comcast, I'm hoping will level out to $50. Pest Control is up in the air. If you watch my videos, you know that I was upset with my husband. We had to change pest control companies, and he kind of just went the easiest route, not necessarily the cheapest or best. So this is up in the air. He still hasn't given me an amount that we're going to pay, which company we're going to settle with. So kind of leave that one blank. Let me leave this red because it hasn't gone through. This will still be, oops, $13.99. That is a set amount. Housekeeper will come again on the 21st. Hopefully kids will earn their full allowance, but we will see. And then Verizon is always generally just under $100. Oh, and I had wanted to send another $300 to our house needs and wants for this new house, but we will see. That's kind of not necessarily necessary. We still have quite a bit of money in that account right now, so we'll kind of leave that towards the end. Maybe what we can do with the excess at the end of the month is move it over into the house. So it might not be a nice flat round number like I like, but we'll see. So I'm pretty optimistic for how the month is going to look. Very excited. Thank you for hanging around, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.